Hey, this is Jeffrey Hayzlett with C-Suite Network, and you're watching The BAM Show.
This is The BAM Show, Barter and Marketing, where we get you the real deal. I'm your host, Joshua Smith from Sherwood, and we got a powerhouse of a man today, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, pure power is emanating from him. Primetime television host, best-selling author and keynote speaker, former chief marketing officer of Eastman Kodak, and currently the CEO of the Hayzlett Group. It is my privilege to be here with Jeff Hayzlett.
That's a powerful fucking opening.
Believe me,
Just bam, I love that.
I'm feeling the intensity coming through you. So
this is it. Well, I've had like five-hour energy drinks, a couple of espressos, so I'm ready to go.
Give us the deal on, I guess the Hayzlett journey. Post, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
When you moved to New York City, what you did.
I didn't move to New York City until late in my career, about 10, 15 years ago. I started more interactions in New York, but I was always in and around New York because of marketing. I was in the marketing business. I've bought and sold over 250 companies in my career, $25 billion in transactions. I managed budgets of billions and billions of dollars.
That's it?
Yeah. I've bought and sold franchises. I've owned independent businesses. I washed toilets. I've mowed lawns. I've done everything that you have to do, and I still do those things as a business owner today, right? Because one, I like a good clean bathroom. Two, if you clean your bathroom, there's nothing your employees can do about bitching and moaning about the other stuff that they got to get done.
Sure.
So those are a few of the things that I actually do in the business. I make sure certain things are done because I want them to concentrate on the things that are important for them. But if they see me attending to those little kinds of details, it's very important.
Now you started something called the Hayzlett Group.
Yeah.
Right? Now, tell us a little bit about the Hayzlett Group.
Well,
Is that incorporated? Because again, there's something called the C-suite as well.
Yeah.
Is that incorporated with that?
It's a little bit of that. We own a good chunk of that, of the C-suite group, and it's what we do. So we buy and invest in companies. I serve in 14 different boards of directors for companies that we either have a piece of or own entirely. So we invest in those companies. We have three major parts of what we call the Hayzlett Group. The first part's me.
Okay.
I'm a brand,
Sure.
I have a television show, I have a radio show, we have a book, so it's millions of dollars of that. And so we have that. The second piece is we have another company called Telegraphs, which is a social media public relations firm which services a lot of the things that we do, and which stands for, if you want to run with the big dogs, you got to learn to piss in the tall grass. And that's the slogan for the company. And if you don't like the slogan, you're not one of our customers, because you don't get it. And then last but not least is the C-suite, where we're building the most powerful network of C-suite executives in the world. And we have over 500,000 executives. We have C-suite TV, C-suite radio, C-suite book club, C-suite advisors, the most trusted advisors to the C-suite, all aimed at vetting every member that comes in.
So you mentioned podcasts.
Yeah.
It is really hot.
Yeah.
How have you seen, things take off in terms of C-suite network, people listening over podcasts?
It's unbelievable. So we launched on February. This is now in June. In February 1st, we launched with about 10 or 11 podcasts. We have 42 podcast shows today. We are not actively searching for them. They're just coming to us.
Right.
And we built the very first business podcast network. I will guarantee that we'll have 100 podcasters shows by the end of this year. That's how big it's becoming. And so we're servicing over 4 million listeners a month right now. So that's phenomenal to have that many business leaders listening on a regular basis.
TV.
Yeah.
When people say TV is dying or TV is dead, how does it make you feel?
Well, it's not dead. It's just a different
Oh,
way
good.
of
I'm
doing
glad
it.
you said that.
Yeah, it's not dead. It's just a different way of doing it. The way they thought of TV as being, it's dead. Just like the way an old automobile that used to have a clutch and a stick shift is no longer an automobile like it is today, right? So it's a different kind of way of doing it. That's all that's changed. The way in which we perceive TV is now the way in which we get TV. Mm-hmm. TV is where you go to watch video that you want to watch. That's TV. End of story. And whether you watch it on your personal device, which is the most, by the way, the most personal device there is in the history of the world, is your phone.
Yep.
Is your personal device, your PDA. That is the most personal device. You know where your phone is more than you know where your children are. And sure, if you doubt that, if you lose your phone and your kids in the mall at the same time, which one do you go looking for first? Just let me say. So there you go. So it's whatever device you want, and whether you want it on a big screen, or whether you want it on a tablet, or whether you want it on the phone, or whether at some point it's going to be displayed right here.
No, I'm glad you said that. It's video. It doesn't matter. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, I still do enjoy watching a football game on a big screen TV or watching stuff, but it doesn't matter. When people refer to TV, I think you're right. You just got to assume that it's video. What are your thoughts on companies that are broken into silos?
They're going to fail.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
because we come across in our industry, I mean, 50% of them, and it is an absolute nightmare, and they have no idea why.
That's the way most companies are, though. Quite frankly, most companies are like that. It's a natural tendency for a human to want to, encircle or bring together the people around them, the things around them, and hold on to them. It's kind of a natural tendency. And so companies do the same thing. And it's only breakthrough companies that are open, break down the silos, that make huge changes in the way they do it. It's important for you to have some semblance of silos so that you have some focus, right? But you need to cross-pollinate. And a lot of organizations, unless you cross-pollinate, you're gonna die in the vine.
As a company, a massive Fortune 500 company who's definitely siloed, I mean, a bunch of them are, how do they make the change?
It's hard, and then you don't. So it's about changing the culture. It's about changing the mood. In fact, I would focus more on the mood than I would on the culture. So if a company has a mood that their best days are behind them, there's no way they're going to change.
Right.
So you have to change the mood. I mean, how many times have you been to a great restaurant and the food is really good, but they're pretty snotty?
Oh.
They're terrible in terms of service.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like what they're doing. It ruins the experience. But then how many times have you been to a place where the food's not that great, but the mood is so awesome?
Yeah.
And so you want to go back and back and back. And so that's what really companies should be focused on, is about how to change the mood. And then when you start to change the mood, then you believe it can be done. And therefore you can start to change the other things that are about it.
We're going to move on to something a little called the word association, okay? I'm sure you've done before.
Okay.
Maybe when you're 5 or 6, but let's go. Say a word, or
Okay.
a few words. First thing that pops to your mind.
Yeah.
Too much time.
I usually don't.
Okay, good. Entrepreneur.
A winner.
Sling the TV.
Nice.
Hayzlett proximity rule.
I laugh. Let me give you an assignment.
Napa.
Jessup Sellers.
Chief marketing officer.
Awesome.
Chirpaloo.
Unknown.
Inc.
Companies.
Nice. You laughed. Hayzlett proximity rule.
Yeah.
I was reading about that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, my team has that rule.
Yes.
Whoever's in the proximity of me is likely to be the focus of this assignment or the focus of bringing in, even if it's not in their domain.
I love that.
Yeah.
I always like to bring a little bit of what we do as a company, a corporate trade barter company, to our show, which, as you know, and you've been a part of that at Kodak a little bit, is sometimes you trade one asset for another.
And other companies.
Sure.
Because I've been at
Call
other big
yourself,
companies.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that we've done other companies where we've done that, yeah.
Good. Well, we're going to bring a little bit here.
Okay.
So, what did I bring for you? I always like to bring my guests a little something. I see that you're a big fan of wine. So, not only can you drink wine, we're going to bathe in wine. We have a little wine box here.
Okay.
We'll zoom on in. I'll tell you, this is very
Oh
nice.
man, it smells good.
Oh,
You
it's
can
tremendous.
smell
Okay, we'll take a little look here.
No, that's
we
pretty
have
cool.
our Cabernet Sauvignon, our Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, and Pinot Noir. So whatever you drink, just on your day.
It actually
very
smells
nice. It's
very
very
good.
nice. I feel like it does smell nice, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I think I'm kind of a Pinot Noir, maybe, with a touch of.
That's right.
Some
Just
cologne.
depending how your day goes, lather up yourself, whatever.
That's pretty
it is.
cool.
Very cool. Now,
Do I get to keep these?
Well, I got to pack this up for
Okay,
a second
all right.
because the only way you're getting away with keeping this lovely gift is if you offer me something back.
Oh, I got something.
Do you? Because
Something-
I got something in mind.
Here,
myself.
someone hand me one of these bottles. This is one of my bottles. This is actually, we were just talking about this before you got here.
Ah.
This is some of my honey. It's called Hayzlett honey. It's got a picture of my bridge back in South Dakota. This comes right off of our ranch. All right, we have like 27 hives. This is pure honey. I mean, look, it's got even bits of bees probably in there. This is as close as you can come to raw as you can get. and it's awesome. It's clover honey, which
How
is
many
not,
bottles you make?
about 1,000.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
And I pour every one of these by hand. So
Wow.
the day after Thanksgiving, I sit in my garage and I get my honey and I heat it up, and I got the spigot and I put the honey inside and I heat it up and I pour every one. You know what's really cool about when you do that? You screw up a lot, so you get to lick a lot of honey during the day. So I'm going to need some wine. So I'm going to trade you that.
All right. I feel like that's a fair deal.
That's actually, you're getting a better deal. I don't even know what the price of this is, but this is priceless. I don't sell this on the
I'll tell you what I
market.
was hoping for, but this is even better.
What?
A bottle of that nice scotch you'd like to drink. But look, all right.
Okay.
Do that offline.
Yeah, that's an offline.
We can do that offline.
Because I do like Glenfiddich scotch. I do.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, let's use the analogy. So 1,000 bottles is really not that much. I mean, if you bring it to wine here, I mean, you're talking, not big production. So this is what I'm going to do, because as you know, in the trading business, I'm not going to keep this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this to someone out there in the audience who will make me the best possible offer for, again, this limited, production of Hayzlett honey. Okay, 1,000 bottles made by the gentleman right here. So again, hit me up on the links, and you can walk away with it. Jeff, it's been an absolute
Pleasure. Thank you
Same
very
here.
much. Thank you. It's a fun time. You got a good show. And it's
No,
good
it's a
work.
privilege, and the only way the show is good is from our guests, seriously. And, for all of you out there, be sure to tune in next time on The BAM Show, Barter and Marketing, where we get you the real deal.
That's a powerful fucking opening.
Believe me,
Just bam. I love that.
I'm feeling the intensity coming through you. So
Yeah, this is it. Well, and I've had like 5 5-hour energy drinks, a couple of espressos. I'm ready to go.